afternoon. This is Legacy Life TV. So on this video I'm going to make AKARA chips. And here are all the ingredients that I will be needing to make my AKARA chips. Firstly, to make AKARA chips, also known as beans chips or beans crunchy. You can call it beans crunchy, you can call it beans chips, and you can call it AKARA chips. So here are my list of ingredients. The most important ingredient in making a very good AKARA chips is HQCF, which simply means high quality cassava flour. High quality cassava flour. I am a distributor of high quality cassava flour, which is Atman high quality cassava flour. So if you think you need cassava flour in bag or half bag, just let me know. I'll plan it and get it across to you. But I don't sell in Congo and I don't sell less than half a bag for now. But later in the future, hopefully I'm going to be packaging it in 5 kg and 10 kg. So right now, to make this video, here are the ingredients that I will be needing. Firstly is my high quality cassava flour, and I have my beans. Okay, in my previous video on YouTube I made use of oloyin beans, but due to the little extra cost of buying oloyin beans compared to buying white beans, at some points I switched to white beans so I can be able to make it and it will be more cheaper. Okay, so today's recipe is going to be ratio 2.1. The two major ingredients that we are referring to as ratio 2.1 is the beans and the cassava flour. Okay, there are two methods, or let me say 3 methods. The first method is ratio 1.1, which is also known as 50-50. Ratio 1.1 is known as 50-50, which simply means if you are using 1 cup of cassava flour, you'll be needing 1 cup of beans. But ratio 2.1 that we're going to be doing today simply means if you are using 1 cup of beans, you are going to be needing 2 cups of cassava flour. Please get it right. You get to use more cassava flour if you want it to be really crunchy and profitable. Why did I say profitable? Cassava flour is quite cheaper compared to beans. Cassava flour is more cheaper compared to beans in price. So that's why I said either you are doing ratio 1.1 or 2.1. Just have it at the back of your mind that if you are doing ratio 1.1, that means you are going to use the same quantity of beans that you are using, is the same quantity of cassava flour that you'll be needing. But in ratio 2.1, you are going to be using 2 portions of cassava flour and 1 portion of beans, which means if you are using 1 Congo of beans, you'll be needing 2 Congos of cassava flour. Like if you are using 5 cups of beans, you'll be using 1 Congo of cassava flour. Thank you so much. So right now, this is my beans. This is exactly 2 cups, but you will need to peel it. You wash it, peel it, and then soak it for a while, which I have done exactly that. So here is the same 2 cups that I have peeled and I have soaked. So for this video, it depends on your audience. If you have people that likes pepper, then you can either use your church mind or your mosque mind to add your pepper. So today I picked 4 pepper, 4 scotch bonnet, but I feel like it's going to be spicy and I don't mind. So as in some other time I can decide to use 3, but today I just want it spicy, so I'll be using 4 scotch bonnet, 4 rodo, and you'll be needing a medium onion. Like if I'm making 5 cups, I'm going to use this complete onion, like I'm using the half right now. But if I am making 5 cups, I'll use a whole onion. But because I'm making just 2 cups, that's why I decided to slash it into 2. So I use half of it to fry akara this morning, so I'll be using the remaining half for this video. Okay, that aside, those are the wet ingredients, which includes the onion, the pepper, and the wet beans that I'm still going to go ahead and blend. So for the dry ingredient part, I'm going to be needing salt, seasoning cube, ginger and garlic. You see the ginger and garlic that you're looking at is optional. You can decide to add it, you can decide not to add it, but I'm adding it to mine to give it that flavorful taste that makes it stand out from every other akara chips or every other beans crunchy. It gives it that unique taste that people keep looking for it and wondering what am I doing differently. So here is one of my secrets, the ginger and the garlic powder. So you can also use the wet ginger, the fresh ginger and the fresh garlic. You just have to use your church mind in adding it to it. Even I have the fresh ginger and garlic, I would have preferred to use that, but I don't have, so I'm going to be using ginger and garlic powder. So because it is 2 cups of beans, don't forget I'm using 2 cups of beans, so I'm going to be using level 1 tablespoon of ginger, level 1 tablespoon of garlic at the same time. But if you are making it in a large quantity, all you just need to do is multiply it with this quantity that you want to do. Like if I want to do 1 kg, like 1 congo of beans, if I had the intention of doing 1 congo of beans, instead of using 1 teaspoon, I'm going to use 1 tablespoon each. But because I'm making 2 cups, I'll be using teaspoon. Please, in this my jotting, here is a mistake. I wrote tablespoon, it's teaspoon. Say half teaspoon each of ginger and garlic. Please, it is 1 teaspoon. I wrote tablespoon here, that's why it is half tablespoon of ginger and garlic. But because I'm using teaspoon, I have teaspoon here, so I'm going to be using 1 teaspoon each. Take note of that. I'm using 1 teaspoon each. Thank you. So right now I'm going to go ahead and do the next stage. The next stage is the stage whereby I get to blend my beans. Because I'm about to blend my beans, I'm going to try and put my dry ingredients aside. So I'm going to go ahead and put all my dry ingredients aside. So right now I'm going to go ahead and cut the onion into smaller size so it will be easy for the machine or for the grinder to grind it. So right now I'm going to go ahead and add my 2 cups of beans to my blender. Take note, you have to be careful when you are blending not to add too much water so as not to have problem when you are trying to incorporate the flour into the blended beans. So be careful of the amount of water, because I've gotten a lot of people asking me questions like, I did it wasn't crunchy, I did it wasn't as super crunchy as mine. Well, I used to tell them that, believe me honestly, if you have seen my YouTube video on how to make akara chips, trust me, there is no extra something I did, no extra magic. It is just the exact way that I mix it that I posted. So right now I'm going to add water. So this is 1 mixing of water. I added 1 mixing of water, so I'm going to add half more. So I'm using 1.5 mixing of water, mixing agolo, omi agolo kan àti ìlàjì ni mo bù sí, 1.5 cups of a mixing, just like I measured 2 mixing of beans. So right now I'm going to go ahead and take it to the blender and blend it. So right now here is my blended beans. You can see the consistency here. I used 2.5 cups of water in total. So here is my blended beans, my salt and seasoning cube, my ginger and garlic paste powder. So right now I'm going to go ahead and add my 2 cubes of seasoning. I'm going to add my 1 teaspoon of salt, my ginger powder, my garlic powder. Then I'll try and mix everything together first. Just like this. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and taste it. The taste is perfect. So after this, I'm going to start adding my 4 cups. This is 4 cups. Don't forget, I'm doing ratio 2:1, which simply means I have 2 cups of beans and 4 cups of cassava flour. Just like this. So we're going to add more. See, I've added all the 4 cups to it. So now I'm going to go ahead and use my hand to mix it together. If you are watching this video, I know you might be curious to want to ask me, why didn't I do the ratio 1:1, which is a 50-50 that is on my YouTube channel? Okay, it is by choice. So it is best for you if you want to have a bigger pack, like packaging it 500 naira to sell. You can do the ratio 1:1. But if you are going to be packaging it in 50 naira, I bet you might want to consider your profit. So therefore, if you are going to be packing it, if your package is going to be the small size, I'll advise that you stick with the 2:1. So I'm going to continue to mix it. So here is my consistency. See, here is my consistency. So I'm going to go ahead and clean my hands and at the same time on my deep fryer, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the last step of making akara chips. You are going to be needing an extruder. See, this is one of my top secrets. This is a particular mouth that I'm using to make my akara chips. You can see that it has 5 holes, which means it will be faster and plenty to fry at once. So I'm going to go right now and fill my extruder up. This is called cookie extruder. Like to make cookies. It has about 40 different shapes that you can pick out of to use in making your own akara chips as well. So this is the mouth that I have chosen. So I'm going to go right now and fill this up. This is called extruder. This is called the extruder, cookie extruder. So I'm going to fill it up. And guess what, guys? A lot of people have been asking me that where can they get the cookie extruder. I am trying to get some from somewhere. So just signify your interest and let me know. So once it arrives or once I'm done with the shipping, I'll let you know. It's not going to cost you more than 7 to 8k, I think, plus the shipping cost and the cost of purchase. I think it's about 6 to 8k. So let's keep our finger crossed till then. So now I'm going to go ahead and fill it up. Yeah, I'm so sorry that my phone is not hanged. I'm using my other hands to hold my phone simply because my phone that I use in making video was stolen about 3 weeks ago And the phone that I'm currently using, the camera is not super great, so I have to make use of the back camera instead of hanging my phone on the ring light and using the front camera. So I'm going to pause this video and fill up the extruder. So now my extruder is properly filled. So right now I'm going to take this to my deep fryer and pop it in my hot oil already. So guys, here is my paste, and people really comment that they like the shape of my AKARA chips, that it looks so straight and long, tasty and crunchy. So I just decided I pop it straight and create that long shape that I love. If you want to make it short, you can also do that. So right now I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. Yeah, just like that. Then I'll allow it fry. Yeah. So after about a minute or two, I'm going to come back and flip it over again. So that's it, guys. So yeah, guys, you can see that you don't need a magician to tell you that this is crunchy. Yeah, you can see it from the oil. You don't need a magician to tell you that this is crunchy. So here is a bonus. After mixing your flour to your beans, if you notice that maybe it is too hard, when you are pressing, I'm so sorry I could not show you how I pop the chips into the oil, but it is not stressful at all. You just press it and it will come out as if a newborn baby pulled. You know how soft it is and all. So if you notice that you are being stressed out in trying to pop it out, that means your paste is hard a little. So all you just have to do is just sprinkle water on your paste, like sprinkle it and mix it together again, and then fill it into your extruder and see if you can easily pop it out. So guys, our AKARA chips is ready. This is 2:1. Don't forget you can do 1:1, which is 50. If you have the intention of selling it, please work with this 2:1 so you can make more money. All you just need to do is multiply the ingredients here and you will get whatever quantity you desire to make. So right now I need to pack out my beans crunchy. before it starts before it gets burnt. It's crunchy enough already. Yeah, so it's just as simple as ABC. Then you continue with the remaining paste. I think it's still going to take me like 2 or 3 batches to be done with frying it, because it shouldn't take me more than 3 batches to fry it, but it will take me like 4 or 5 to do it, because the vegetable oil in my deep fryer is little. So if you are using gas and pot to do the frying, please have it at the back of your mind that if you are doing 1 Congo of beans, which is 2 Congos of cassava flour, have it at the back of your mind that you will use nothing less than 2 cups or 1.5 bottle of vegetable oil. So right now I'm going to go ahead and pop in the second batch. So here is the second batch. It's frying already. You can see that it looks longer. And look at the first batch that I fry. You can hear the sound. You can hear the sound. You can never go wrong with this recipe. And it's not properly cold though. By the time it gets properly cold, it will even become more crunchier than this. So that is it, guys, and that is all. So I'll send you a picture when I'm done frying the rest. Thank you so much for your patience. I love you. Bye.